to be exact, are not disclosing ticket sales. John, you want to give us a little backstory on this, sir?
So the NFL is sort of like the NBA, right? There's some sharing going on, right? So certain teams like Washington aren't going to make as much as the Rams, as the Chargers, as whatever the Giants are. So there's profit sharing, right? So like listen, the New Orleans Hornets lose money every single year. Like it's a known thing. They lose money every year. Now they might be trending upward the last couple of years, but they constantly lose money. And what happens is the other teams in the league that have excessive ticket sales coming in and all that share it. They share their money to because listen, someone to beat, right? Like if you're LA, New York, and all them, whatever, like I'll pay your bills so that I can come into your town and beat you, right? I need someone to beat. So I can't let you fail. That's the concept, right? So it's the same with NFL. So there's other teams that are helping out Washington, and then Washington is there's a question mark, but it looks like it might be true. It looks like Washington has been lying about how many tickets they're selling. So let's say they sold $100 million in tickets last year, and they're just telling the league they made 60 million. So now other teams are giving them money to cover them losses while they're still keeping that extra money. So it's looking like if this is true, Snyder might be done. Like, there's no way he's going to recover from this if it's true.
True. What you got on it, Walt?
Well, I mean, that's like I said, that's kind of just news to me as well. But I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, they are still like a new, I won't say up and coming team, but I mean, I'm sure that they're not really making too much money, of course, right now because of the fact that one, that they're probably not winning games, and of course and two, that they're not getting the fan base that they need to sell, the tickets or the merchandise, whatever what that they need to sell to make sure that they make the money that they need to make to cover the team's finances. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I hope they're not doing it because I mean it's definitely going to look really bad for like John said for Snyder. But it's just be a bad look, honestly, if they're really trying to do this, because there's definitely other ways that they can try to make money. I should say, to maybe bring in more fan base. I should say, maybe try to promote more or something. I don't know,
It would be interesting if because the NFL I do think has wanted Dan Snyder gone for some time. There are just certain things they accused him of things last year, paying refs that washed away, but they accused him. Obviously, he didn't want to change the team name. They finally forced him to all that stuff. So there's a lot of things there, but and I do think the league wants Spaceman Jeff, Amazon Jeff to buy a team. I do think they want that. I mean, think about it, man. Like that team's gonna have the one of the. I mean, they're gonna have like a L.A. Rams type arena out there in Washington if that guy takes over, right? So I think the NFL wants something like that. I think they've been wanting Dan Snyder. He's old school, man. He doesn't really want to change much, and I kind of think the NFL wants him out. But here's my thing with all these things I always say, right? Is like, sure, the league targets people, right? They targeted John Gruden. They targeted Antonio Brown. They target these people. Like, they try to run them out of the league. But these people also gave them ammo. Like, it's not like you didn't do these things either, right? You did these things. So this is the problem with this stuff is like, if you don't want to get run out of the league, don't give them ammo. And this guy, if this is true, he's consistently giving them extra ammo. This is just, it's dirty. I mean, he could probably get in trouble for this. Like, this is probably some legal issues he could face over this.
I was just about to say that legal shit.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%. And we just gonna have to see how it plays out. Hopefully, um, you know, if it is found out that he is doing it, he gets in trouble. But with those owners, it's 32 of them. They stick by each other pretty well from what we've seen before. And it's gonna take 31 of them to vote him out. If I don't know how the voting works, but I think they all would need to be on one accord to get him out of there.
So I think if this is true, that's going to be easy, right? Like if we're all, trying to do something here, and let's say Walt's over there, saying, "Listen, I'm moving this week. I need like $1,000 from you two," and then we found out like that someone already gave him 10 grand to help him move. We'd be like, "Dude, give me my 1,000 back." You know what I mean? Like we'd be kind of
Right,
pissed. Like we did.
right.
So
So who
this
the hell
is
am I paying that much to help me
yeah.
move?
So if all the other teams are already giving them money, right, pitching into the to make sure these other teams stay afloat that aren't have a, and then we find out that you've actually been lying about how much you already have excessive amount. Like, yeah, I think this one's going to be easy to roll them out. I don't know. It's going to be
Right.
unanimous. I mean,
But it's funny though, because it sounds exactly like a billionaire's problem.
Man,
You know, hey,
must be
I ain't
nice.
telling you how much I got. I know I got a lot though.
it's
You ain't gonna
crazy
find
how
out how
yeah.
much.
Must
Like
be
people,
nice.
some people, man, they can just never be rich enough. It's like
Of
how much
course,
is
of
enough?
course. That's how you become a billionaire. You can never have enough. You
But the
want more.
second you got to be dirty and corrupt to do it, it's
Right.
like, was
That's
it
fine.
worth it?
But
Really?
let's be honest though. What billionaire you know that got it the legit way?
No, I agree. I agree.
All billionaires have finessed somebody or did something a little shady to get to where they are now.
I don't know.